Recognizes the gentlewoman from California, Ms. Sanchez, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And in recognition of Hispanic Heritage Month, I'd like to recognize the great achievements of Latinos within their communities. America has been home to countless numbers of outstanding Latinos over time who reflect the best of our community. Activists like Cesar Chavez and Joan Baez, artists like Selena and Carlos Santana, the brave women and men who have served in our armed services, and of course today's ambitious young dreamers. Latinos, like all Americans, are committed to building a better and stronger future for our country and within our communities. We strive to instill a culture of hard work, of healthy living, and of academic success. Latino families recognize the importance of attaining an education in today's society. In the past decade, Latinos have worked to cut their drop rate in half while tripling enrollment in 2- and 4-year colleges. The top degrees that we earn speak to our involvement in community, our liberal arts degrees, to help the less fortunate, to heal the sick with our healthcare degrees, to create employment with our business diplomas. In regards to healthcare, with the landmark Affordable Care Act, a record 2.6 million new Latinos are signed up for healthcare, and they're on track to leading healthier lives. But, Mr. Speaker, even with these great advances in our communities, there is still so much work to be done. Although our drop rate is lower, we still have the highest dropout rate among all ethnic groups. Latinos have increased their scores in maths and science, but we're still below the national average. And while our communities have made massive strides in putting our children in college, still only 15% of college degrees are in the hands of Latinos. Again, the smallest percentage of any ethnic group. And even while 2.5 million new Latinos signed up for health care, 25% of Latinos have no health care plan. And we battle high obesity and diabetes. So I've seen these issues firsthand in my district and in California, and as a whole have seen and have worked to improve our condition. This Congress, I introduced the All-Year Access Act, which would restore Pell Grants for both full-time and part-time students, giving access to post-secondary education all year round. And back in my home district, I relaunched Enroll OC, adding an additional 2,000 people this year, Latinos, in my district to health care. So while we make these incredible strides in wellness and education, the Latino community still has so many issues to address. But I will tell you this, that the problems are not just Latino problems. They're problems for the United States. Because you see, America is a family. It's a familia. And we have to address these issues together. Because for the first time in my beautiful home state of California, the largest majority ethnic group is now Latino. And you know what? This should not frighten people, Mr. Speaker. I think it's actually pretty exciting because the Latino community is so embedded in the success of the American dream. And the American dream is so embedded in us. We're not aliens, Mr. Speaker. We are doctors and lawyers and community leaders and social workers and laborers and dreamers. But more importantly, we are sons and daughters and parents and siblings, and we are neighbors. It's time for the United States as a whole to embrace the power and the potential of the Latino community, and to realize that we share the common goal of furthering the greatness of this nation. I believe as soon as we realize Latinos yearn to share the same American values and aspirations as descendants of other immigrant groups, of Italian Americans and Irish Americans and German Americans and Asian Americans and all Americans. As soon as America realizes that, certainly America will thrive. Latinos are finding their voice, and America needs to listen. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.
Gentlewoman's time has expired.